and stay in the dark background, if you will, orchestrating all the players. And that's why the globalists don't care in a war who wins, because they control both sides. So what we're seeing now, in my opinion, is the full takedown of the United States, both from within and without. Look at the military. This is critical to talk to. We, you, I, others have covered all of the firings of our military, our military leaders, Navy admirals, anybody with combat experience. And then the stories in the last week, Alex, there were stories coming out. Could our nuclear defense forces even retaliate? Well, my answer to that is probably not. And the reason I say this is, before I started into talk radio, I spent most of my time in warning people about nuclear war. Well, obviously, Russia had its seeming defeat, and I said all along, the only thing that happened to that whole situation was the Berlin Wall came down, and all the spies that had to stay on both sides of the wall and sneak into each other's countries now had free access. So what are we seeing right now? We're seeing the total internal revolution, which is part, by the way, of the Marxist plan. We were warned about this by all the Russian defectors. You've had them on in the past. You've quoted from them. I've quoted from them. And now the scene is playing out just like they said it was. And I hear people that saying, well, if we just get enough people to learn, if we just give them enough information, then we can turn the country around. I want to make this clear. It's too late for that. Now, that's my opinion. But what you and I are doing is preparing the people that have ears to hear and eyes to see and really do understand, is we're trying to give them the best information so that they can make the pertinent decisions for their lives, their family lives, and their community lives.
Well, when you see the President of the United States and MSNBC and CNN openly trying to fan race war, openly trying to push, kill the cops, that's so transparent that they're trying to create a major crisis so the feds can then come in as the saviors, as a smokescreen while Obama opens the borders, signs us on to derivatives like Congress just did. Signs us on to the Pacific Partnership, waiving our sovereignty. It's all happening. More is happening right now than happened the last 20 years, Steve, and I only see it accelerating towards a quickening.
Absolutely. Alex, it's no longer linear. There was a time when events, one would follow the other. Now it's like all of the rods going into a nuclear reactor, creating a chain reaction, and it doesn't matter if you're looking to the east, the west, the north, or the south. It's all happening at once. And here's what's going to happen just in the policing. I believe you're going to see selective areas of the country. The troublemakers, the provocateurs, agent provocateurs are going to ratchet up. And I think the thing that's going to happen is, if you look at even Chile and some of the South American countries, Argentina and other, when policing breaks down and Marxists start to take the hold, what do you end up with? You end up with death squads. And the problem is the death squads have been mostly on the other side to date. We all saw, and I'll
That's right, that's right. They'll use the destabilization exactly to set up the death squads, and then they'll be used against us. They'll flip them when the Marxists take full control of the government.
Absolutely. We saw the saddest day when Andrew Breitbart was murdered, followed by Tom Clancy was murdered, followed by Chris Kyle, followed by the Navy SEALs.
Well, I don't want to get into it. They sent somebody here, and he got stopped, and then he went back to California and killed a cop. So,
Absolutely.
they're really pulling the stops out right now.
Absolutely. And I think this is what, again, most people have to understand, is we're at the point where now the overwhelming of the system is simply a Saul Alinsky ploy. Anybody that doesn't know the background on Saul Alinsky, A-L-I-N-S-K-Y.
Break it down. He dedicated his book to Lucifer.
Yes, sir.
Rules for Radicals. Guys, I've got one around the office, but just show a screenshot of the opening page dedicated to Lucifer, the original revolutionary. Stay there, Steve Quayle of stevequayle.com. I want to lay out, because I know you're an expert on this, how they plan this. And when you see it, foreign megabanks using a Marxist classic takeover program, just like they finance radical Islam and the Arab Spring to take over, they mean business, folks. And just like they tried to overthrow Egypt to bring in mass slaughter, they want it here. That's why I keep harping and harping and harping and harping that, yeah, sure, the system's got problems, local system has problems, but it's not the enemy. The globalists causing a civil war are. I'm Alex Jones, Infowars.com. Steve Quayle's our guest. Stay with us.
Managing your business and customers isn't easy, huh? SnapForce customer relationship software may be just what you need. SnapForce CRM is a software solution that helps you manage everything important about your customers, from sales to marketing to service and support. All of your customer information is right there at your fingertips for easy access. It's time to take control of your business in a snap. Get your free trial at snapforce.com. That's SNAPFORCE.com. Snapforce.com.
Digestive health is key to wellness, and Pro-EM1 is the key to digestive health. Pro-EM1 is a daily liquid probiotic that improves food absorption and supports weight loss by removing toxins from your system. Recommended by doctors, Pro-EM1 is 100% natural, organic, non-GMO, wheat, soy, gluten, and dairy-free. Call us today at 888-611-8025 or visit ProEM1.com to save over $25 on your order. That's 888-611-8025 or PROEM1.com.
What good is a Big Berkey water filter?
We get that question a lot here at BigBerkeyWaterFilters.com. And in a word, the answer is protection. Protection from water main breaks, E. coli contamination, environmental chemical spills, pesticide runoff, chlorine taste and smell, and all forms of fluoride. Plus, Big Berkey water filters are the original gravity water filter system and most trusted on the market for a reason. Tested by multiple independent NSF EPA certified labs, they are the gold standard in water purification. At only 1.7 cents a gallon, a single set of filters can last for 5 to 10 years. That means big savings. Big Berkey, the one that's powerful enough to purify stagnant pond water. Get a Big Berkey today at BigBerkeyWaterFilters.com. GCN listeners receive 5% off all ceramic filter systems. Visit our website or call 1-877-99-BERKEY. That's 877-99-BERKEY. Big Berkey Water Filters, for the love of clean water.
Hi, folks. Alex Jones here with some important information. I want to tell you about Matt Redhawk and his team of patriots over at My Patriot Supply. Several years ago, Matt was sitting in his 2-bedroom apartment, frustrated with the direction this country was headed and the charlatans willing to sell us out for a quick buck. Deciding to take action, a company run by patriots for patriots was born. My Patriot Supply has never taken a loan or accepted outside funding. They now operate 2 distribution facilities and employ over 50 hardworking American men and women. It is rare to find companies who practice what they preach. And that's why I stock my pantry with high-quality storable foods from My Patriot Supply. Go to mypatriotsupply.com/Alex today for special offers on emergency food storage, or call their preparedness specialist at 866-229-0927. That's 866-229-0927. Do business with someone who shares your values. mypatriotsupply.com/Alex.
We've had an amazing year here at Supernatural Silver. We've truly enjoyed the fantastic response from thousands of people as they've tried our extraordinary product, and we're thrilled at the life-changing results people have. Our company email is continually full of happy, satisfied customers who thank us for the help they've received from Supernatural Silver. This holiday season, as you think of gifts to give your loved ones, consider giving Supernatural Silver, a gift that can help provide good health and wellness, a gift that can change lives and make a real difference. In a world where we are constantly exposed to dangerous health threats, give yourself and your loved ones a fighting chance. Give Supernatural Silver. Go to supernaturalsilver.com and use the promo code HOLIDAY2014 for 30% off. And this holiday season, we wish you and yours the blessings of peace and good health from all of us here at supernaturalsilver.com.
Alex Jones here, back live. Steve Quayle riding shotgun. Your calls, JJ, Steve, Jerry, Margaret, John. Your calls are all coming up with your predictions or what you think the most important issues of 2015 are, or your questions for Steve Quayle, who will continue his analysis right through to the next hour. But I want to do some calls before we get into more of it with him in the next hour. We're about to go right back to Steve Quayle. But when you watch, it doesn't mean there isn't massive police abuse. There doesn't mean there aren't a lot of bad departments or asset forfeiture seizure. It doesn't mean that the federalization hasn't caused a lot of issues. There are people that either mindlessly support whatever the police do, And then that gives rise to arrogance and corruption. Or they just say, kill all the police. It's called due process. It's called measuring what individuals do, not what somebody in uniform does in New York versus somebody in Texas. But when I look at these anti-police protests, it's the Democratic Party, it's the Socialist Party, it's the Communist Party, it's the Rockefeller Foundation. You can see the group signs will say who's sponsoring it. George Soros, the same guy that just overthrew Ukraine. And it doesn't mean Russia's good either, but they're starting it. It's internationalists who want to bring in this crisis, this destabilization, this Cloward and Piven. And it's a communist tactic. Doesn't mean they're going to bring communism in. It's declassified that British intelligence funded Lenin to take over in 1917, 1918 as part of the great game to bring down Russia. These globalists use communists to take over. Let's go back to Steve Quayle. Steve Quayle, break this down. Talk about Saul Alinsky, who we now know Hillary Clinton got caught writing basically worship letters to when she was in college, and him advising her. I mean, this is truly disgusting. This is a guy who said he wanted to basically put farmers in forced labor camps.
Absolutely. And you know, there is rules for radicals and then his 8 levels of control. Let's talk about control, Alex, because behind every event that you and I talk about and have ever talked about on talk radio or interviews, there is a control mechanism, the unseen hand. But number one, healthcare. These are Saul Alinsky's biggest points. And I tell people, if you understand the root of evil, then every single piece of legislation makes sense. And by the way, look at the chicken poop, and that's what they are, Republicans. They could have stopped this entity, the man in the slaughterhouse, at any point, and they didn't. So people say, well, I just believe we had a great victory. The great victory? You kidding? Tell me anything that's changed. Well, let's go back to Saul Alinsky. Healthcare. Number one, control healthcare and you control the people. What was the most important thing of this destroyer's principle is Obamacare. Poverty. Increase the poverty level as high as possible. Poor people are easier to control and will not fight back if you're providing everything for them to live. Increase the poverty level. 100 million people unemployed, 49 million people on food stamps. Debt. Increase the debt to an unsustainable level. That way you're able to increase taxes, and this will produce more poverty. Ask yourself, ladies and gentlemen, where has the middle class gone? To a large degree, they're destroyed. Gun control. Remove the ability to defend themselves from the government. That way you are able to create a police state. Welfare. Take control of every aspect of their lives, food, housing, and income. And Alex, we got to get to the food issue right now because that's going on as we speak. Education. Take control of what people read and listen to. Take control of what children learn in school. Core teaching, the core curriculum. I remember, Tom Terrific, the old day cartoons. Krabby Appleton was rotten to the core. Well, that's exactly who we've got running the country. A whole group of Krabby Appletons. Only guys my age would understand that probably. Religion. Remove the belief of God from government and schools. And now here it comes. Class warfare. Divide the people into the wealthy and the poor. This will cause more discontent and it will be easier to tax the wealthy with the support of the poor. So the point is that are we not seeing that, Alex? We're seeing it right before our very eyes. You and I could take any one of those subjects and talk for 24 hours straight, and that's not a boast, it just happens to be true, and deal with it. So what we then go to is the rules for radicals, and that's the bottom line. Is it always starts with, are you ready for this? Community organizers. Number one, power is not only what you have, but what the enemy thinks you have. Power is derived from 2 main sources, money and people. Have-nots must build power from flesh and blood. Number two, never go outside the expertise of your people. It results in confusion, fear, and retreat. Feeling secure adds to the backbone.
Stay there. You're reading the guru of the Democratic Party running this country for foreign globalists, Saul Alinsky, openly how to wreck things, how to make people poor, and then how to take over society. This is the person that Hillary wrote to saying, you are basically my North Star. You are my governing, director. Just pure evil.
We're on the march.